Now in this class we are focus community, the importance of community to the ecosystem. What is this? The importance of species. Importance of species diversity. To the ecosystem. A small concept here. Importance of species diversity to ecosystem. In any ecosystem, that may be pond, maybe grassland, maybe, and river, maybe any, and also any desert area, maybe. That is, everything is a one ecosystem. Every ecosystem here the species diversity. Species diversity means here species their variety number. How it is the main important? Okay, the species a variety number and also variation. How it is important? Suppose any species, it may be affected in their ecosystem. Okay, and also how it is the productivity. Whenever it is the species diversity, that is the species distribution and area, a variety number of species distribution in that area. How it is the productivity year to year, that's we can see. And also stable community, how it is affected in ecosystem. That's concept you can see in this importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Okay. So now first of all we are going to discuss community with more number of species. Community with more number of species that tend to be a more stable. Communities with more types of species. Any community, suppose in an area, so the communities, different kinds of communities. The community with more types of species. In the community, more types of species are present. An area, such ecosystem, such an area, it may be more stable. That tend to be a more stable. So communities with more types of species that tend to be more stable than that of less number of types of species. Such a stable community should not show much variation. From year to year. What it should not show much variation? Productivity. What is this one? Productivity. Okay. So communities with more types of species present in an area that tend to be more stable than that of less number of species. Types of species. Such a stable community here in this area. What is this area? More types of species. That is stable community. The stable community should not show a much variation. Every year to year, you can see in that area what is the productivity. That means food production year to year. So there is no variation. Little bit of only variation, not much variation. Okay, should not show a much variation from year to year. Next, after that, the scientist who is that? It is the David Tillman. The scientist David Tillman conducting the experiment. experiments on outdoor plants. Conducting the 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 experiments on out conducting the experiments on outdoor plots. He was taken, see, the David Tillman, he was taken outdoor plot. That means, see, here in outside, different region. In that area, different region, different plots are taken. Different plots. So, this is the one plot. It may be this is the another plot. So, this is the another plot. There are different regions, different regions, different plots are taken. What he observed? That means more number of plots showed much variation. There is no much variation year to year. Year to year you can see the scientists observed, so their productivity, the productivity should not show a much variation. So here once again see the David Tillman's conducted the experiments on outdoor plots. In the every plot, that means more number of plots showed not much variation in the productivity year to year. How the productivity can be increased such a plots? The scientist after that, every plot increasing their species richness. Increasing their species richness. Every plot here species richness is increased. So automatically here every plot species richness. Species richness means in a plot the number of individuals are increased. The number of species are increased within an area. Each plot. The number of species are increased in an area. Automatically here their productivity, the productivity is increased. Productivity is increased. That's it. Okay, next. So that's why whenever it here the species is diversity is present any area, automatically productivity is increased. Species diversity, that means a variety number of species are not present, automatically so should not show a much variation. Okay, so species diversity is less, automatically so same as usual, every year same as usual species diversity present, so automatically what will happen here, the species the productivity is not much variation every year. So whenever it is the, so here the species richness is increased within a plot, what he was taken a plot, so automatically productivity is increased. That's it. Next, after that, the scientist one more experiment. The scientist Paul Erlich, the Paul Erlich find, that means discovered the one theory, that means he proposed the one theory, that's what you call means it is Rivet-Popper hypothesis. Rivet-Popper hypothesis. In this Rivet-Popper hypothesis, what he said? Okay, the Paul Erlich, they proposing they discovered the Rivet-Popper hypothesis. In this Rivet-Popper hypothesis, any ecosystem, major species is very important. Particular species is very important. That means major species is very important. Such a major species disappear, that means extinct or maybe migrated or disappear in that ecosystem, automatically other species also extinct. Okay, so how he was explained this theory? He was taken example aeroplane. Aeroplane is an ecosystem. Aeroplane is a one ecosystem. Aeroplane, the flight, that means the aeroplane is taken a one is imagined like a ecosystem. In the aeroplane, in that aeroplane, inside the seats, rivets, that means screws. Every rivet, that means screw, remove, so there is no affected the aeroplane, that means ecosystem. That means all the seats, screws are whenever it is removed, that means here each rivet we call it is a species. Each rivet screw, that means the rivet means it is the screw. Each rivet is equal to species. The rivet is removed inside the aeroplane, inside the seats, that these rivets are removed, there is no affected the ecosystem. That means aeroplane is not affected in that ecosystem. Aeroplane is not affected. It fly. So what I said in the rivet popper hypothesis, the major species or it can be eliminated. That means it is disappear. Automatically other species also it can be disappear such a area. That means major species are extinct or migrated, other species also migrated or maybe extincted. In the aeroplane, where it is the major rivets, that means rivets means spaces. Major rivet means in the aeroplane wings, aeroplane wings. Wings rivets are the here the major, okay, here the major species. Aeroplane wings rivets we can remove. Automatically what will happen? The flight it leads to a crash. That means crash means whatever it is the other screws it can be disappear. Like that, in an ecosystem, the major species it can be, that means the major species means here already what I said, it is the aeroplane wing rivets are, it can be removed automatically, other species also, other rivets also it can be automatically disappear like that. So like that in an ecosystem naturally, in an area, any major species, it can be disappear or migrated or extinct. Automatically, whatever it is, the other species also, it can be disappear. That means or extinct. Extinct means it's not seen. That's it. That's theory we call it is the rivet-popper hypothesis. So this theory, it is this hypothesis proposed by scientist Paul Erlich. Okay, so in any ecosystem, so species diversity, that means the variety number of species are an ecosystem, it is very important. So species diversity, it's not present, a variety number of species, variation, it's not present in an area. Automatically in that area population it can be declined slowly, and also automatically the productivity also slowly decline or should not show a much variation every year to year. That's it. So this is the importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Okay, next we are going to discuss next loss of biodiversity. Losses of biodiversity concept. As you can see here, particularly Earth. Any new species is originated. Any new species is originated. Any new species is produced through the process of reproduction on the Earth. That means speciation. Any new species are produced through the process of reproduction. So, such a speciation it is located on the different ecosystem, this species. So, this a variety number of species production. Mainly you can see on the Earth. So that's why Earth is a treasurer. Earth is a treasure of speciation. So that's why Earth is a treasure of speciation. Next, one more part. The biological wealth of our planet. The biological wealth of our planet rapidly decline, particularly where tropical Pacific Islands. Tropical Pacific Islands. The biological wealth of our planet rapidly declining the tropical Pacific Islands that leads to extinction of nearly it is 2000 species of native birds. Why these tropical Pacific Islands are rapidly declining? Because of human activities. Why? Because human hunting. That means okay, nowadays you can see here the biological wealth of our planet rapidly declining the tropical Pacific Islands by the human activities that leads to extinction of 2000 species of native birds. Next, according to the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources. So this IUCN, it preparing that means what are all the species nowadays up to that now, how many species are extinct, that species are what are the extinct and also endangered means here nowadays it is an danger condition, that's why it is endangered condition, and what are the threatening species. Okay, everything that can be published in the book, that's we call it is a red book. IUCN published in the book, that's what we call in the red book. In that red book, what is present, what published in this book? Mainly, what are the extinct species? Okay, what are the endangering condition? What are the vulnerable species? And extremely high risk, that means extremely threatened condition, extremely endangered condition. That everything is published in the book. It is a red data book. That's what you call red book and also red data book. IUCN. So in the IUCN, mainly it is a 2004 edition based upon here last 500 years. Nearly it is the 784 species are extincted. 784 species are extincted. Extinction means extinct. extension, extinct or extension. That means disappear. Okay. So here nearly about it is a 784 species or it may be extinct. Okay. So in the 784 species, 338 species are it is invertebrates. Mainly in the 338 species are mainly the main you can see here. Sorry, mainly how many species are here? Vertebrates and 359 species of invertebrates and 87 species of plants. 87 species of plants are disappear. Okay, so in that, according to the IUCN, so they are published the book. What is this one? Red Data book. According to the main this Red Data book 2004, based upon last 500 years. How much? In that last 500 years, 784 species are extinction occurs. That means extinct, disappear. In that 784, how many? 338 species of vertebrates and 359 species of invertebrates, 87 species of plants are disappear. Okay, that's it. Next, one more. Nearly last, the recent extinction species. What are the recent extinct species such as the recent extinct species such as dodo. What area we call it is a Muriatius. Muriatius. Okay. Muriatius and also Kiga. That means here mainly extinct species of it is Africa. Thylacine. Thylacine means it is Australia and stellar sea cow, stellar sea cow, and one more species, another one, the three subspecies of tigers such as Bali, Zevan, and Caspian. Okay, so these are the recent extinct species. The recent extinct species such as it is a dodo. The location it is on near this, and it is actually it is a dodo means it is a look like a bird. It is a bird. Dodo means it is a bird. And also Kyuga. Kyuga means it is the close relationship between it is the horse and also zebra. Okay, horse and zebra. Mainly it is the horse and zebra. Next, thylacine. Thylacine means it is a look like a dog appearance. It's look like a dog appearance. That means it is the head. That means the dog head appearance is present there. Next, stellar sea cow. It is the aquatic animal. So the scientist Stellar, they discovered this extinction of the species. So that's why that name they said we call it is stellar sea cow. This is the aquatic animal. Next, the three subspecies of tigers such as the Bali and Zevan and Caspian. Okay, that is Bali, Zevan and Caspian. Next, once again see the earth is the treasury. Mean earth is the treasury of the species. Why? Because the number of species are produced. So that's why earth is the treasury of the species. So next, the biological wealth of our planet rapidly declining the tropical Pacific islands by the human activities. In the islands having most of the human activities that can be done, as a result what will happen? So that leads to extinction of nearly 2000 species of native birds is maybe disappear. And according to the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Natural and Natural Resources, they published the book, the Red Data book. So according to the 4 census in there, so how many species are disappear? 784 species are extinct. Extinct means disappear. We can't see. Present days we can't not available in these species. In that, how many species are 338 species of vertebrate species and 359 species of invertebrate species, 87 species of plants are disappearing. Next, the recent extinct species such as dodo, its location is in Mauritius, and Cuca, that is African region, and Thylacine, it is Australia, and Stella Seacow, it is Russia. The Stella Seacow, what is this one? It is a location mainly that Russia. Russia. It is the dodo means it is a bird, and a cuca means the close relationship between it is the main horse and also zebra like that organism. Thylacine means it is a dog like the dog head like appearance of organism. Mainly located in the it is Australia, Stella Seacow mainly Russia, and the 3 subspecies of tigers such as Bali and Zebar and Caspian. Okay, so this losses of biodiversity continue with the another species also. Continue the other species of next class.